Welcome back. I hope you all had a fantastic break and that you have your water, your snacks, and you're ready to join us for the second part of our chronicle. Um, Unfortunately, Heather, who is playing our wonderful local Malkavian, is unable to join us back for the second part due to some technical difficulties, but we wish them all the well to hopefully that gets that fixed. But in the meantime, we're going to fall back into our story following our lovely rose of the evening, Seraphima. You are in the back seat of the car as Severin is driving you to the Black Box Theater. And upon, so I will ask you: do you go to watch the show, or are you going like after the show and into the reception?
What's the show tonight?
I mean, it's Chicago and a bunch of old vampires, probably Cat on a Hot Tin Roof or Fiddler on the Roof or something.
Oh,
um,
joy.
or actually, let's see, what's a good black box show? What is that one? Waiting for Godot. Perfect.
Um, I think for this first one, it's like
Mm-hmm.
she'll be there for the show. She'll silently
Okay.
judge it the entire time,
Mm-hmm.
as
Yeah.
one does.
Mm-hmm.
And if it does not meet standards, she'll probably get a feel for how many of the other roses have actually watched the show, and then like be
Mm-hmm.
able to use that as the excuse of, oh, I don't need to anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just quickly put
Yeah.
in the car, of course, that Severin transforms it. There is like a gift from Donovan to Seraphima, and it just says camouflage, like some camouflage on it. And inside it's a beret.
What color is it?
Oh, I mean, listen. I saw your outfit. For the evening, so it matches. I don't like if it's honestly knowing Seraphima, it might be, I don't know. It might be like might be either just black or like a plum or something, a wine color,
Mm-hmm.
something along those lines.
Yep.
Love it.
um, yeah. Also, can I just ask a quick question about the Black Box Theater? Because I know
Yeah.
they go to are the vampires just watching, or are they some like in the show?
No, they are strictly watching.
Okay,
It is only kine performances.
gotcha. Okay, I just wanted to know if like there's just some vampires up there with some community theater people.
There probably are, but it's not on the nights that Annabelle goes.
Right? Yeah, that would be embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry. I just wanted to clarify. All right, I
Judging.
will
No,
shut up
All
then.
the
there's
judgy.
definitely there's definitely a different campaign where you're all like neonates and some of you are like performing on the stage. I'm
You
just
can't you
saying.
can't let go of that thrill yet.
I don't know, but you are all experienced kindred. So yeah, you arrive at the theater and the performance is all right. It's pretty good quality. Given that you know who backs this theater, it's no surprise to you. Um, and there are a mix of individuals that are watching it, whether it's old time patrons, a combination of kine and kindred alike. You can definitely tell there are some tryhards because there are some kindred here that are definitely you think are younger ones. Because you can see them delicately dabbing at their eyes because they started crying during the show, which has no warrant for it. At least in your opinion. You do see some individuals that you recognize. You of course recognize Annabelle. She has a seat at the front, as black boxes are a lot more intimate theater spaces. She has a seat up at the front, and you see. Have to pull up my
I'm
list of
assuming Brett's
toreadors.
there somewhere.
Brett, yeah, Brett is beside her. He's not paying attention. In fact, he seems to be deliberately fiddling with like a candy wrapper. He doesn't eat. He's doing it to be obnoxious.
There's that. Maybe alternates with his phone so then the screen lights up.
Yeah, he's kind of being a very obvious
An obvious
a
dick. Got it.
nuisance. Yeah, you see Kathy Glenn's. She is here, but she seems to be she seems to be in the seat that's closest to the door. She does not seem to be at all wanting to be here. You can tell she's also not dressed for like the theater crowd. She's wearing like black leather pants, a kind of very easy black like tank top, and she has like a very sheer red shawl that's tucked into her pants to as a top. And you also see the long, dark-haired kindred that was beside the Thea at the Elysium at the Succubus Club. She's here.
Okay. Would I be able to roll anything to try to know who the frack that was? I figured while leaving.
Yeah, I would say. Yeah,
I
I
wouldn't
would
have
say
really.
that would be intelligence. And ooh, let me check the skills again. What would make the most sense here?
Politics.
I'd say intelligence politics would work here. I could also say like intelligence persuasion to like talk among the roses if you so wish.
Yeah, that would be
before the
better for
show.
me.
Yeah. They're all very happy to help you given that Annabelle has given her seal of approval to you. Seemingly.
0 modifier.
Mm-hmm. Oh, 3. Is it actually more? No, it's
No.
3 successes. Yeah. You would know this young woman's name is Portia, and she is brand new to Chicago. People say that she's only been embraced maybe at the longest a year. But she's been a very quick favorite. She's gorgeous, and very charming. Many of the roses adore her, and she just seems to she enjoys having fun. She's mostly you can find her at the Succubus Club. Some say that she's even been hanging around the Tremere a lot because she's actually like a prodigy at blood sorcery, which no one's ever heard of in a Toreador. But she's become a very quick rising hot topic among the roses.
Okay. Yeah, I think I kind of positioned myself maybe in like the row in front of Kathy.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of give like a slightly commiserating look as I like settle in.
Yeah, she she nods and definitely like you see her smile a bit, and you could just tell like the both of you are just waiting for the show to end.
Show to end, do the good graces.
Yep. And yeah, we'll come to the conclusion of the show. It gets a standing ovation from the audience, and you all are kind of subsequently moved to like the black box. The lights turn on, and immediately the chairs are kind of moved out of the way, and almost seamlessly, the staff is putting down like tables and hors d'oeuvres for people to talk and chit chat right after, and the actors just step off the lit stage area and begin conversing. So you now have probably a little bit of time to converse with anyone you want to before you get swept up. If there's anything you'd like to do.
Yeah, I think I'd probably like talk with Kathy a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she stands up from her seat, and Kathy is pretty tall, not as tall as you. She stands about maybe 5'6", but she's got a lot of leg. Eastern features, you're not sure where, long, very gorgeous, thick, wavy hair. She smiles at you. It's like, so, who wrapped you into this one?
Queen Rose herself.
Oh, you must feel honored.
Oh, most definitely.
You even got are you wearing the beret?
I don't think she really is.
Okay, understood. Yeah. I will say for your pleasure, a lot of what you know to be the Toreadors are wearing berets. Annabelle is decidedly not. Kathy is not, and neither is Portia, and neither are you. Brett is also not wearing a beret if you wanted to know.
I will say the beret was mostly a joke.
Yeah, I figured.
Donovan very much assumed she wasn't going to wear it, but
I guessed. I just
just
wanted
got
to ask.
just got her one
Yeah.
because it's a funny joke to Donovan.
Yeah. So yeah, Kathy is just so Kathy won't mention anything of that. It's like, so are you going to be playing the game, or are you just here to here to just not be in trouble whenever you want to do something you want to do?
Mm, I mostly want to figure out who the pieces are on the board before I see if I
Ah,
want to be in the game.
gotcha. One of those
Because,
roses.
well, I also have to deal with Donovan. So,
Oh, you're I see. Okay. You're the one that everyone's been kind of talking about. You saved one of Annabelle's paintings before she just decided to throw it away.
honestly, I can't really say it was my favorite painting,
Mm.
but I figure it wouldn't hurt to give her the option to save it if she wanted it.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, it's always interesting hanging out with roses who don't just out with other roses. I feel like it's not a echo chamber.
From what I've been able to see of those that tend to play in a very small garden, it just feeds off of itself and just let's just say gets infested very easily.
I gotcha. Kathy, by the way, I realized I started talking to you and did not say my name.
It's fine. Seraphima kind of holds out a hand.
Yeah, she shakes it. Oh,
Um,
you are new to Chicago, though, right?
fairly. I've only been here for about roughly about a decade now.
Okay.
But
Yeah, that's still pretty fresh.
you were in the band the other night.
Yeah, Baby Chorus, that's my band.
Yes. I've actually been trying to convince Donovan to have you guys come to his club. Would
Really?
you actually have interest in that?
I mean, yeah, but V. Donovan Shaw wants Baby Chorus on his
Well,
hallowed stage.
he's been trying out a couple of alternative nights and things like that and brainstorming things. So I might be able to convince him, but only if you guys are actually interested in
No,
it.
sure. Let's see. We have, yeah, and she pulls out her phone and starts rapidly typing. Yeah, we have an opening probably first of next month.
All right.
That we can schedule if you're into that.
I can see if that can line up with maybe one of the, well, less highbrow events because
Well, we can do. I mean, I can get to. I mean, I can. If you want to set the date, I can start putting in our practice times that we can have music that fits more to your clientele. It's not going to exactly fit it. It'll probably be like a little bit of. We can do alternative jazz. It's still within the same vein. Um, Switch up some instruments and some practice. We could do full jazz if you like.
I can see what's he floated around something about like a 21 and plus thing, so maybe some of your actual genre and preference would work, but I'm not positive on what other themes he has planned. He's all about themes. So.
Right. Well, you here. And she's like, I mean, I can give you my email address and you can contact me and we can start setting up the details. I am kind of in charge of everything anyway, so
Sure, that'd work out wonderfully.
great. That way we don't have to go through assistants and ghouls throughout the whole process. Yeah, and she just shoots you her email.
Yep. It's like she'll give like a confirmation email back, so then like she knows who it is.
Great. Well, Seraphima, you're actually very cool, and knowing a little bit of what your shit's about, I'm very happy that you are cool because there are some that are not.
Any recommendations on who I should know are on the not list?
On the not list, everyone in a beret. Just, there's no point in getting to know them. There's nothing going on.
Anyone not in a beret that's kind of straddling that line?
She looks around. It's like, well, they're not here right now. Some small time. Moira, I think she's kind of in the outs though. Was kind of one of the more ambitious ones, but I think got into a couple of trouble, so she hasn't really been invited to the black box. I mean, Brett, hilarious if you want to have fun. He's a lot of fun. Also, if you want to tread the line, he's got a lot of shit on Annabelle. If you want to get into that mixing bowl of danger, um, and she like tilts her head to the side. I don't know that one. And you turn and you see this woman who has like lightly tousled gold hair, these very big brown eyes. She looks almost angelic even, and she's wearing like a 20s styled dress with like a string of pearls that's knotted at the base, and she just seems to be chatting and having a conversation with you, but there's something intrinsically in yourself that makes you very aware of who she is. Maybe it's because of her ethereal beauty, or because you are noticing that even in this group of people, she's still having what looks to be trouble imitating humans. She's too still for too long. She doesn't breathe. She doesn't blink a lot. And it's just very apparent that this woman, even among those who are very much pretending to be human, Annabelle included, that this woman is a vampire.
Okay.
It's like, I don't know her. She's new. I don't know what that's about.
Who knows? Maybe I'll figure something out and I can let
Maybe.
you know.
Ooh, please, I request that you do not. I like to just. I'm a part of I care about Baby Chorus, and after the whole werewolf thing, I just want to be. I don't really care about the politics, and people can give me shit if they want to, but it's not my style.
Well, if anything, just a name.
Sure. But yeah, I'll probably do a round and then I'm gonna go. But it was very nice to meet you. Welcome back. Um,
All right.
yeah, but I mean, maybe one day you and I can go get a bite somewhere. I'd love to pick your brain.
I know a place with lots of bites.
Ooh, fun. And she's gonna like back up to start like talking
Mm-hmm.
to the crowd. But yeah, so you've met Kathy.
All right. Yeah, I think I'll kind of make my way down and things like
Mm-hmm.
slowly, kind of keeping like a general eye on like this and hear as much gossip as possible.
Yeah. So go ahead and give me a wits. I'll say awareness if you'd like to activate some supernatural senses.
Um,
This would be the time.
yeah. Mm, that's not gonna help me with that. I do have like heightened senses. Shit.
Okay.
Um, so we can use some heightened senses for hearing and
Okay.
lovely shit.
So go ahead and add your dice and aspects in your.
Yeah, so that'll just be an extra die.
Mm-hmm.
Da, awareness. There you are. Wits. Modifier 1.
Ooh.
Oh, crit.
Oh, that's 4, 5, 6 successes. Ooh, utterly masterfully done. So let me get the rumors up. Let's see how that goes. Okay. So okay. Okay. So there's a rumor going around that the next show that Annabelle is presenting, there were some leaked photos of it, and a lot of the Toreadors are kind of, this is very hush hush, but a lot of the Toreadors think it's going to be the worst show ever. But it's good for ticket sales because a lot of people are buying tickets because they think that something's gonna go down there. But the literal word they used was god awful was going to be the result of the show, and they think Annabelle's going to blow a lid.
Which show is
And
this?
it's the next one coming up. It's most likely to
Okay.
do, it's something about like Chicago through the ages or something. Like banal like that.
So
But
it's
they just
basically
know
going to be a train wreck, and Annabelle's going to blow a gasket.
probably, and everyone's buying tickets to see it. Let's see, what else do they have? Yeah, there are some. So there are some rumors that like Brett pretends that he's like kind of nonchalant and everything else like that, but there are rumors that he wants to elevate himself from Harpy to Herald. And there are some other, like, you hear like whispers a little bit. There's like a really young neonate that's just like, I think I saw it's just like, I think I saw Brett like rip the head off of Kindred. He was hanging out with Alexa Santos, from what I heard, and he like ripped the head off of Kindred. Like, I mean, that's pretty impressive. Like, I know Brett's like strong, but like that's crazy, right? That he's that strong. And you just overhear that, and everyone's just like, no, yeah, I mean, yeah, he's strong. Obviously, he worked out his body when he was like alive, but please, he's not that rough. Doesn't make any sense. Like, do you know what you have to like? Is like, please, he's not a Bruja. Let's see. There is another rumor that you hear that Brett was once David Bowie's lover. They're
Impressive.
not sure if that's true, but
If it is, kudos.
it's a topic. Let's see. You hear that there's not a lot of light. There's not a lot of like positivity around Kathy. A lot of the younger Toreadors find Kathy very abrasive, and rude. But they don't really say anything because there's a rumor that she also beheaded a werewolf with her base axe. So no one wants to test and see if that's true or not. Let's see. Okay. Uh, hmm. Okay. There's a rumor that Kathy is a part of some weird group called the Ravens. Some kind of like, people get into weird religions once they become like, once they get embraced, and there's some rumor that Kathy's a part of one called the Ravens. They don't know anything about it, but it's some kind of weird alternative thing that's like some kind of way to help you like with your beast or something. No one really knows, but Kathy's weird. And I will say that is what you get from everyone. Let me double check. You did get a crit. Okay. Okay. So, two things about Portia that you hear is that one was that Portia was, some people have said that she's actually from the West Coast visiting her sire. And for some reason, let me see if you know who this is. someone named Cedric Calhoun is like looking into that for whatever reason. No one knows why. Portia's like a neonate. Why would you look into that? So she's from the West Coast. I mean, yeah, it's Anarch territory, but she's very clearly Camarilla. You also hear that it's very interesting. It's like, well, didn't you hear a couple of like some of the older Toreadors? It's like, well, didn't we know of a Portia like a quarter of a century ago? That can't be the same. I mean, no. I mean, multiple people can be named Portia. That doesn't make any sense. It's like, well, what did we hear about that one? She disappeared, didn't she? Well, you know, girls disappear all the time. Um, I don't know. Did she say she? I mean, the last thing I remember is that she said she had found something and then she disappeared. I guess it was nothing, or perhaps it was something too dangerous for her to find. But I do distinctly remember, like, a quarter of a century ago, there was another girl named Portia. Don't know if it's the same one.
Alright.
But those are what you hear.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. And as you're kind of gathering those rumors, Annabelle comes out of the crowd. It's just like, Seraphima, finally someone I can talk to. Come here, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, excellent. All of you, go away. I have someone important to finally talk to. You see the roses kind of just nod their head and disperse, and she, like, takes your arm and starts walking through. Are you hungry, dear?
I had a bit of a nip before I arrived.
Well, that's fine. Starving artist is one of my favorite flavors, so if you ever need a nip, just come to the black box and say that you've been. It's from me. Now, there is something I wanted to ask of you. I know from rumors that you, I mean, being companions with Donovan Shaw, you have to be one of those social climbers, yes?
In a way, yes. I'm trying to figure out how tall the ladder is.
Exceedingly. There are centuries of it being built upon you before you were even embraced. I won't hold that against you, though. Now, there is something that I think that could help you in this endeavor, and I have so graciously decided to allow you in on that, if it would pique your interest.
Almost anything from you should pique someone's interest.
Of course it would, dear. There's no need for you to say the obvious. Now, there is a kindred here who I detest. And you see her eyes kind of freeze over a bit as she says that. But she has wormed her way into the affections of some kindred I'd rather not cross. And given your association with Mr. Shaw, I think the two of you would very much do well in her private club. Her name is Karen Stanislava, and she's that waifish golden-haired bitch over there. And she points, and it's the one that Kathy pointed out to.
Alright. Can't say I've seen her before.
Of course not. She's flits about the States and most likely all around Europe, whoring herself to anyone who would want her, causing trouble for every other proper rose that established themselves. Now, in her arrogance or wisdom, some would say, she does not wish to invite me to her soirees, and I think that they are kindred that would benefit very much from her removal from society. Whether that, I mean, I'm not saying kill her, I just want to clarify that, but her being deposed from her lofty position would do me a great favor, and I think you and Mr. Shaw should take upon this chance to elevate yourselves in whatever mess that she's gotten herself into. So, I've volunteered you for this.
We can definitely take a look into a new potential residency in pariahhood.
Excellent. Now, Karen is a part of a club of some sort, much like we are, but it's even more exclusive. And they have the gall to call themselves the Black Roses. It's abhorrent, really. I would very much like it if you were to be invited to one of her gatherings. Find evidence of any of those among Chicago kindred who are socially in her circle, and then report back to me, and I'll take it from there.
I can definitely see if I can find my way to an invitation.
I have very much faith in you, and considering she has no idea who you are in a unique position to circumvent her usual. I don't know. What's the word I'm looking for? Her usual guard around my other flowers. So, you having no station, promise, or even status among our kindred aside from you being attached to the hip of Donovan Shaw, you're perfect for my choice.
Then I imagine I should make myself scarce so then she doesn't see me amongst her flowers.
Well, speaking to me is not at all an issue. After all, I am the center of everything that happens in Chicago. But yes, I will take into consideration your opinion and go on, shoot.
Yeah, as she was saying it before, Shu, it's like kind of like disengage from like her holding
Yeah.
me and give her a nod and kind of like
Yeah.
I do want to probably clock what Karen looks like on the
As I
way
said,
out.
yeah, she's a much more shorter statured woman, probably only about maybe pushing 5'3". In heels, she looks to be about 5'5". Lovely tousled golden hair, large brown eyes. She looks cherubic, honestly, and it's probably that fact that makes it so unsettling for you. I would say your instincts are telling you to be very wary of this creature before you as you watch her.
Okay. And Annabelle did not mention like the name of the club or whatever that she's
Called the
opened
Black
up.
Roses.
Oh,
Yeah.
the club is called Black Roses.
Yeah, it's not a physical club. It's the name of like her social club.
Okay.
They call themselves the Black
Okay.
Roses.
I wasn't sure if it also had like a physical location, so it's just a
No.
social club. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We'll be doing some homework in advance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think kind of go back towards like probably where Severin has kind of posted himself and
Yeah. He is with among what you can probably guess are the other ghouls.
yeah. So yeah, I probably start like heading out, make eye contact, and then like kind of wait by the door for him to like rejoin me so that we like leave as a
Yeah.
pair.
Yeah. He has your coat and everything ready for you.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right. So you leave the Black Box Theater.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
I head back to the Aries.
Okay. The drive there is smooth and uneventful, and you are back at the Aries.
Yeah, it's first on the hit list is probably talk to Clyde and then potentially Donovan.
Okay. Clyde is where you usually find him.
So, other than the overpowering smell of florals, and there are times I don't miss smelling things, especially when people forget the appropriate amount of perfumes to wear after long absences of senses. I was wondering if you could possibly look up a couple people for me. You're probably going to have to tap into some of the more of our kind of networks for this. There's a Karen Sokolova, and then there's a fairly new rose in town named Portia. I heard a couple really interesting rumors.
Anything of note? That's you think's true?
Well, supposedly Cedric Calhoun is looking into Portia himself, despite rumor that she's from the West Coast visiting her sire. And then a few people were making the comment of a Portia that was in the area in the past that disappeared about a quarter of a century ago. I don't know if this might be a reemergence or a what, but
Okay.
considering the paranoia that tends to be bred within this building and everything of that nature, it won't hurt to, if anything, discredit it if we find credit to it. It'll be interesting on its own. But for Savlova, supposedly she's got a social club by the name of the Black Roses.
Roses.
Yes. Annabelle would like me to basically go and sabotage it and turn this woman into a pariah.
It's as pretentious as it sounds. I am more than willing to help with that.
All I know is that it's hyper exclusive and they won't even invite Annabelle to an event, so obviously they must be removed, in her opinion.
Clearly.
So I would love to know more about Black Roses, Savlova, and this Portia, if possible.
Well, now that I have help, I guess, around the place, I will work on that as soon as I can. Hopefully.
Would physical descriptions
Portia-
also help at all with any of this?
That would, yes, actually.
Right.
Or
And begin
Black Roses,
describing
mostly, yeah.
like Portia and Karen
Mhm.
physicality. It's like less like what they're wearing and more like bone structure physicality kind of things.
Yeah, Clyde, Portia they both sound gorgeous. Portia has a bit more Mediterranean Greek features, from what you hear of it. And Karen sounds very European in her looks. But you have their description.
Okay.
And you do remember Portia, the person matches the woman in the white mini dress that was leading the group of kine into the upstairs of the succubus club.
Okay.
That's most of what I have. But if you need me to try to dig up any more things, although I did hear a couple fun rumors, but I think those are the most interesting ones that would be relevant. I can share more with you later.
I'm always down to hear tea. Yeah, any cool shit about the roses, I'd love to hear.
Well, we can do that when we look over the new collection that's coming out, because I know that you had interest.
Right. Mm-hmm. Definitely gotta update some things here. Okay, right, yeah.
But yes, I'll probably go hunt down Donovan to let him know, because Annabelle also mentioned him by name and would like us to coordinate in the destruction and social annihilation of this Karen Supplement.
I think he's very good at annihilating our enemies, so yeah, that's a good idea. Go talk to him.
I'll leave you to this. Let me go hunt down our lovely venture.
Will do.
So Clyde, I will tell you, with your skills and technology, you will not have to do a roll because there is nothing about Portia or Karen Sinislava on the internet to find.
At all?
No.
Okay.
There are mentions of individuals of that name, of course, but they don't match the description of who you're looking for. It's most likely they've either changed their names or whatnot. I mean, you get the mythical Portia, like, throughout, like, Relics and Tales, that story's everywhere.
Sure.
So you have that. But nothing that matches the description of what you would have, and it's probably likely that you're going to have to go to other sources that aren't technology if you want.
Gonna have to look the old-fashioned way. Okay, I'm down.
You're
Yeah.
probably going to have to talk to the Nosferatu.
Alright, I'm gonna have to leave. Okay. You know, it's been so long since it was. Yeah, okay, it's fine. It's fine. I'll go
You should-
back into the
you should-
sewers.
Introduce Marlowe to them.
I am bringing Marlowe. It's like, I just yelled, Marlowe. Here.
Introduce
already- I've
Marlowe
also, like,
to,
Yeah, she's still in your office. She's
No.
just appeared now that Seraphima's not there. She's so pretty, it's scary.
That's very true. Don't let her know that, because she will. Actually, do if you want to. It's up to you. She's chill.
I
But
don't want to talk to her because I'm afraid if she looks at me, I'll explode or something. Can she
you're
do that?
afraid of everyone. You disappeared when three different people walked into the
Okay, I
office.
just
So.
want to say the 3 people that walked into your office was literally one, the guy who jumped through a car windshield and blinded one of the dudes I worked with, and the other one was her. So yeah, I think having a natural fear of people like that is what's kept me alive.
Well, then good. All right. Well, let's get to know another skill. Networking with the Nos of Chicago. Come with me on a little trip.
Okay.
I know. Fun. We get to go back to the sewers. Great.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm used to that. Sewers? Yeah, I'm chill with that. Let's go.
Oh.
Oh, I need to go get
We'll
my
get that out of you
rangers.
soon. Don't worry. Okay.
I mean, the sewers is fine. I think you're just a little too used to the new. I think you're just used to, your fancy swivel chair. That's all I'm gonna say.
Absolutely true. And
Command chair. It's called a command chair.
thank you. It's my command chair. It's where I do my business. It's where I work.
Sure, because I definitely saw you playing Call of Duty right before she
It's
walked
a place of
in.
authority.
So, sure, call it whatever you want. You pay me, so whatever. I'll say whatever you want. But yeah, she gets her Galatians as you
Probably
get ready to go talk to the Nosferatu. But we're gonna go to follow Seraphima to Donovan first.
Yeah, I think she heads over towards his office. Gives it a knock, and the appropriate
Yeah.
2 to 5 second wait before entering.
Yep. Buzzed and all that stuff. He's just looks up and goes, "Oh, Seraphima." And then he's just finishing typing something, and then just looking over paper, doing running his financial empire.
Ah, this is his command chair.
Yes. It is. His own body dwarfs it, but it works.
Yeah. She walks in. She kind of walks to the corner that she normally
Yes.
sits on it.
Donovan already is as she's sitting down is angling his body simultaneously.
Proceeds to place the beret on your head.
he just stares at her and he goes, "So did I do it, Mom? Am I a thespian now?"
The color does wonders for your eyes.
Yes. I mean, how was it? Was it divine? He just takes the head off and just starts flipping it.
I'd give the actual performance a C+.
Mm.
However, possibly, we could actually have baby chorus here. I spoke with Kathy.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, yes. You can help. You can arrange that. You think?
I think she turns her phone to show the email address,
Yeah, she's
the email and everything.
Excellent. I've been wanting. I mean, you mentioned them before, and I have the album, but the moment I heard about Damien, I bought the album, but it's in the records over there. But their music is
Alternative.
You could say. Well, you could say. I mean, Serena, could you answer this for me? Could you dance to what Baby Chorus plays?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, cool. That's all Donovan wants. He goes, I mean, it's good dance music.
Well, I know you were thinking of alternative theme nights or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, I was looking through what are they called? DJs and whatnot in the area. There's several very prominent, popular ones. It's insane what musicians make these days. Yeah, if you can get baby chorus, when are they? Do you know? Do you have availability?
I believe she had mentioned openings
My
at
es-
around the first of the month.
First of the month. Okay. I mean, to be honest, between you and me, I'm pretty sure their schedule is probably pretty open. Um, yeah, I would love for them to come. Probably, I don't think I'll advertise maybe that they'll come because let's be real, a lot of baby chorus fans are in
Not
their
your
40s.
preferred.
Yeah, they're in their 40s.
Mm.
But if we can introduce baby chorus to a new generation, I think that could be very good.
Won't hurt.
We'll call it a tribute. Yeah, I think that could be excellent. I mean, they're good for long sets. And we'll pay them in the usual rate of blood.
Well, in addition to that,
Yeah.
we have a few new roses in town, and one,
Mhm.
Annabelle, is not very well. Let's be honest, she's not happy with a couple roses at the moment. But
Which rose flits from day to day, I'm sure.
the color, something will always offend. But let's just say one is not playing by Annabelle's rules.
Interesting.
Where
Yes.
Annabelle normally has an open invite, and this one does not believe in such.
What do you mean?
There's a woman by the name of Karen Saplova.
Karen Saplova.
About yay big, blonde, very cherubic.
I mean, that
if I
doesn't-
if I
does that-
could have chills up
Doesn't
my
ring any
neck, I
bell.
would have it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it doesn't ring any
Proceed.
bells for you, Duncan.
Yeah, I'd like
Yeah.
proceed to like give the description of this woman.
Oh, she sounds like a Midwestern darling.
Well, supposedly she is in charge or helps run a very exclusive social club by the name of the Black Roses. And
The Black Roses. Now, Serena,
Yes.
does that ring any bells to Donovan? Because something's going off in my head, but I don't know. Like,
I'm
would
going to
Donovan?
say-
I got status 2. Got lots of
Yeah.
influence. Does that ring any sort of bell?
I feel like there's got to be a rule for this. I
Yeah,
know
yeah,
it's intelligence. I'm going to say it's intelligence politics,
Excellent.
and you can add your status, as your
Hot.
modifier.
And can I use my benefits for kindred politics?
Yes,
Excellent. Okay, so
I shall allow it.
oh, whoops. Forgot to lower that back down. All right. How crazy we want to get tonight, Donovan? I mean, you're still at your club. Let's Yeah. No, I mean that's still pretty good. I think I'm good. All right. So politics, intelligence.
Isn't it crazy that you can rouse your blood to think harder?
Yeah, it's like
brain
quick blood
work!
to the brain.
Brain work!
It's pretty hot.
And
Yeah,
everybody
kinda.
knows that the reason why we aren't using 100% of our brains is because not all of the blood vessels are open.
There you go. So
That's true.
have
That
solved it.
definitely is how that works.
Yeah, and then we can hack the universe. We all know.
Yeah, we
this.
also have that
Mhm.
Scarlett Johansson movie.
Yep.
Mm.
And you get powers.
I still can't believe that it's still like a fucking myth in the modern day. Like in the 90s when they did that, I was fine, but Jesus Christ.
Yep.
All right, here we go. 3 successes.
Okay. I will say yes. You have heard about the Black Roses because in the vast network that is the Ventru communication line,
The Ventru Gentlemen's Club.
Yes, the Venture Gentlemen's Club.
Dun, 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 dun.
The black roses are a very big irritation because no one knows where they gather. It changes location by city and by like country and everything else.
It's a
like that.
floating
Every-
club.
It's a float. It's not so much as a club. Like clarify.
Well,
Black
club as
Roses
in
is
like
the
it's like
name.
a social
It's a
gathering.
social club, yeah, that changes where the members gather.
Yeah.
It is an irritation among the Ventru because wherever they leave, there's always a masquerade breach that follows, and the Ventru are the ones that have to clean it up. So
Such is our lot.
to make sure that not everyone burns in the sun, the Ventru, at least the ones that want to keep their cities safe, are usually at the tail end of a Black Rose like soiree.
Gotcha.
So I will say with your 3, you know that a lot of the Ventru dislike anything to do with the Black Roses. There's not a like a list of anything of known members or anything else like
Right,
that.
yeah,
It's
no.
very hush hush.
Very hush hush.
Yeah, but there's always
But obviously, this is something. If bodies are left behind, this is like a probably assumed to be like a decadence thing.
it's 100%.
Like a like a vampire.
Yeah, they've had to. Yeah, it is multiple individuals that have like it's not multiple, but the bodies that have been found were people like there was one event that happened in DC where it was a visiting a visiting dignitary's child was found dead. So it took and that's just what was the story that got out after.
Oh
it was
my
covered
god,
up.
the Black
So-
wow, the Black Rose is in DC. Wow, my god.
Yeah, that's probably the worst.
No
story
wonder
that
we're
you've
like
heard.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's the worst story you've probably heard among your venture network. That's just like fucking Black Roses. Oh god, here we go.
Yeah. So I think when you mention that, Donovan
is
will
a- yeah.
place his legs up on the other side and just be like, I have heard of the Black Rose Club. Not good things from what I hear. Everywhere they go, masquerade breaches follow in the half dozens to dozens. At least one. A lot of not great stories. And so what is it about? So there's a Black Rose Club. It's here, is what you're saying.
I believe it might be starting up here, or it's newly
Interesting.
starting. Annabelle
And-
would like me to get an invitation and basically write
Mhm.
down the guest list and report it back to her.
I see. Well, this sounds like a good opportunity for you to, achieve your goal.
Oh, this is also a way for you to ingratiate yourself with her. She also mentioned you by name.
Annabelle mentioned me by name.
Yes, because
Facets.
obviously I'm an uninspiring and little known person with low status, which makes me very attractive for this opportunity that I was volunteered for.
Well, it's so good. I think it's so gracious of her to give you this opportunity. I will rag on Annabelle all day long, but a lot of people weren't here during the werewolf attacks and didn't see what she did during that time. Annabelle's actually, I've seen her kill werewolves. She can throw down. She's completely neurotic about it, but she can throw down. I'll give her that. However, that's interesting. She mentioned me by name. Well, if the Black Rose Club is what I think it is, I suppose it would make sense to involve me. If you need an accomplice in it, I'm happy to engage. At first, I was worried about Annabelle's puppet games, but this actually sounds more. It sounds like she's just mad she wasn't invited once it stopped. But in fact, we could pull. I mean, if we put it more on you, we could put pretty good. Yeah, I think we can do this. That'd be quite good for the Camarilla at whole, especially for the Masquerade Breach, because this is Chicago. We can't have Second Inquisition here, and knowing them, who knows who they'll kill and eat or do things to. So yeah, absolutely. I think I agree. If you want to pursue this, I'm your man. Just tell me how you need my assistance, and I will give it, or whatever story, if you need a story to corroborate.
Well, I think the first is find a way for introduction because I decided to
Mm.
make myself scarce. So then
Mhm.
my my
Mhm.
visit to the black box would be lesser known.
Well,
Um,
you'll have to run into her naturally in some way.
well, I've asked Clyde to take a look into her, the Black Roses, as well as another new face on this, where very interesting rumors.
Oh, who?
But woman by the name of Portia seems to be new, fairly, at least from what I understand.
She's a Toreador.
Toreador, there are about 3 different rumors going on. One, she's supposedly new,
Mhm.
probably just out of the accounting if she's as new as that rumor claims. Although another claims she's just from the West Coast visiting her sire. And then
Okay.
another, there seems to have been a Portia here in the past, a fairly notable one. Not quite sure
Oh.
how or why. About 25 years ago, that mysteriously disappeared. I
I
figure,
mean,
considering us and how security conscious you
mhm.
and Wraith are, rumors delved into paranoia,
Mhm.
at least prove it untrue, and if not untrue, could lead to something interesting.
Interesting. Serena, I mean, I was in the game 25 years ago here.
Sure.
Does that ring any bells to my old skull?
I don't think so. It was most likely due to because it was an Annabelle Rose thing, and you're busy
I'm not
doing
that.
other things.
I'm not
You're
that
not.
involved with that.
You're not that involved in the roses.
It's next to each other, just going like, oh hi, like, but
Mm,
no, yeah, it's like, yeah, it doesn't ring a bell to me, but if to say so, I don't put much stock in rumors. I mean, some of the most popular rumors is Loden is actually alive, Al Capone also alive and in hiding and secretly controlling the Ventru. Um, God, there's so many absolutely ridiculous ones.
But there's
I don't
another
know if I put much
interesting
stock into
facet
it.
that goes along with this one.
What's that?
Oh, you remember your little mouse that you enjoyed playing with the other night?
Which one?
Your ministry mouse.
Oh, her. Yeah.
She was
Like, yes.
standing right beside this new rose, and they seemed to know each other well. Yours
Is
was
that right?
staring daggers at me while we were leaving.
Is that right? Oh, well, isn't that interesting? Excellent. Well, I've been meaning to call her. This will be the perfect way.
Are you going to have
So,
her come here?
yes,
I hope you're going to use the room that I use.
perhaps. I mean, I don't know if we're going to go that far, but I mean,
Well,
yes,
it's
obviously.
more to make sure nobody tries to mess with you. And
Yeah, it's definitely going to be that room. But yeah, I would love. So I could work that angle. You work.
oh, don't lie. You enjoy the fact that I just gave you something juicy for that.
I mean, I'm sorry if if I seemed like I was hiding it. Of course I am. This is. It's making more sense now.
And you said
Of
rumors
course, the
had little
ministry are involved
weight.
with the Black Roses. It's literally their thing.
Well, I don't
Temptation.
know if Portia is involved with the Black Roses. But
Oh, what Portia?
Portia.
Oh, Portia was with this girl.
Portia was with this girl.
Oh, well, I'll still talk to her. I mean, not Portia. I'm not. I'm not gonna lie. I'm more interested in the Black Rose and the Kathy. Well, not Kathy. What's her name?
Karen.
Karen.
Karen. Interested in Karen. Not too sure about this Portia person, but I mean, if you look into it, by all means. But I'll look into it through her. I'll see if I can't get you something, just in gossip wise.
Hmm.
But this is. I mean, ever since opportunities are just beginning to land in our lap. Didn't get to mention it to you, but I got a note from the Gangrel Primogen.
Is that why we had a
Wolf,
dog
yes.
slash wolf?
Yes, it is, apparently.
Have
Yes,
we educated your ghoul the difference?
well, Alexandra, did you know that dog in the thing was a wolf? Because she's
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, I think it was a wolf, but it's a dog, all the same.
There you
Fucking
are.
lion.
She's like, yeah, it's a wolf, but they're all dogs. he just gestures to her. Go, there you go.
I'll call it
So
nails if it doesn't die from a bullet. That's what I'll do. I'll give you that much.
So what exactly did the Gangrels have to say?
Apparently, we have a mutual problem.
Which one do you think that is? Because I
I
feel like
believe-
we have a few.
I believe it's Flyboy.
You believe it's Flyboy.
Yeah. Well, it's just because I put out feelers about anyone interested in the airport or having an issue with Flyboy, and this came back. I mean, if Rosa and us can work out something, this could be not only fulfilling in my incredibly petty way, but fulfilling in us increasing our own status and connections and feelers throughout the North Side.
But most importantly, you'll be putting him in his place.
Yes. Which his place could have been beneath me taking money, but now his place is going to be on his knees in front of me. And then we'll see what happens after that. So, basically, good news all round. Yeah, I believe, I think that's that, but
Yeah. If there's nothing. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I think like she'll get up, kind of like look at the beret, like tilt it just a little bit more. It's like, I know it won't last, but at least. All right.
yeah, he just smirks.
Anyways, enjoy the presents that I gave you. And like
I will.
kind of like back out and then like
Yeah.
turn to leave the room.
Yeah, he's just like, all right, I'm just like, just be casual. I'll just watch you leave.
Mm-hmm.
Staring at her butt.
You hear Alexandra whistle as you walk by.
Yeah, I think it like a bit of like a sassy grin to Alexandra as like leaving.
Mm-hmm.
We have fun here. Anyway, let's go murder people at a hospital.
I love how we're all so attracted to Sarina, just like universally, like, yeah.
What happens when you
How are
have
you not?
both levels of the attractive
Yeah.
advantage, I believe?
Physically, I think, and when
So
you talk
hot.
to her, she's utterly charming and
Mhm.
doesn't make you
Can't-
feel like you're like an asshole. My favorite thing about Seraphima is every time she talks to someone, it never seems like she's talking from a position of power, which lets her basically get tons of shit.
It's why Kathy immediately liked you. There's so many roses who look like Seraphima that just immediately shit on her, but you were chill. So Kathy's just like, yeah, I got some shit to talk about.
Mhm.
Let's fucking go.
It
Yeah, it's
also
the little-
helps that like her main thing is manipulation. She knows you don't get more if you act above other people.
Yep. It's the literal
Big
opposite of
brain.
Donovan, right? Donovan always enters the conversation as if he's in a position of power, and then negotiates from that position, right? Where Seraphima can just
Oh, I'm not negotiating.
no, you're a
Um,
chameleon, is what you are.
So with Eli back, Clyde, I will say before you like because as someone who doesn't want to go into the sewers unless absolutely necessary,
Mhm.
I think you set up an appointment with the Nosferatu so that you know someone will be there. That way you're not just trudging through the filth of Chicago. For
I was
no
honestly
Wandering
Just
fine.
go,
through
like,
Just
endless miles.
You're not
I,
seeing
I
it?
am okay with just going into the sewers. I mean, Clyde does not like it, but if I yeah, we can just go into it.
If you want to just go in, sure. All right. So
Go down
I'm
and
going to
echolocate.
need. I'm going to need a wit survival roll from you, Clyde.
Sure. I'll see if I can use one of my contacts too if like things go crazy.
100%. If you have a contact among the Nosferatu or something, that
Ew.
could give you a bonus.
So sorry, it was wits and what else?
Wit and survival to navigate through the grossness.
Oof, that's harsh.
That's harsh.
It is.
I'll do a willpower reroll on that
you
because that was
100%
haven't
can.
used.
Two.
Better
Excellent.
take that.
Yeah, you and Marlowe are kind of trudging through the sewers for a little while. You get a text from the others telling you to get ready for the 4 a.m. drive up to the hospital. You still have a little bit more time underneath
Okay.
the sewer as you're trudging through.
Okay.
Rats are always there, and Marlowe, like, you see her very quickly snatch one and just bite into it.
Mhm.
It's like, oh god, city rats taste so much better than Gary rats. I
Sure.
think it's what they
yeah.
eat here.
Dine on deep dish.
Yeah, they do actually.
Ah, shit, that's really good. She
It's
just tosses the body behind her. You hear a splash as it hits the gross water. It's just unpleasant.
So Marla, before we go, listen.
Yeah.
So we're going in there to talk to the other nose. Mostly, we want to find out more information about these people, and also so you can meet some other people and hopefully get introduced to the life of Nosferatu other than sad people and Gary. No offense.
Oh, no, mistaken. No, Gary's a shithole.
Yeah, okay.
At least vampire wise.
Okay.
I'm sure the people who live there live very happy lives. But, like, nah, I'm good. Nah, Gary's a shithole.
So I'm going to introduce you to a few people, but I am not your sire, and I just met you, and you are my employee. So if you get into shit, that's on you.
Okay. Thank you for the vote of confidence, I guess.
Keep moving forward. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, after a little while of trudging through, you start to see, like, it's one of those openings in the sewer tunnel that opens up into, like, a I guess like a four-way intersection. And you see there's, like, a very greasy lamplight on, and there's, like, a card table out where a couple of other Nosferatu are playing cards. And they look over, it's like, well, fucking shit a brick, is that Clyde? Coming down from his lofty tower to visit us in our lowly sewers. Hey, fucking Clyde! And they all
Yeah, yuck it up. Here, what's up,
yeah,
guys?
yeah. So,
Sit
I
down.
mean, yeah, they all start chatting with you, catching up. It's just like, so what are you doing down here, Clyde? You need some shit that your computers won't give you?
Actually, yeah, that is the only reason why I come down from the ivory towers of the Ares
Yeah.
Club. You know me.
No, I
Clyde,
get it.
like, visibly doesn't relax because it's the sewers, and he is a bit of a clean freak and hates it. But, like, around other Nos, he, like, has, like, legitimate kind of softer look about him and, like, not a full smile, but, like, a little bit of, like, a soft grin. It's like,
Yeah.
okay.
And they joke with you, yeah, you get a taste of that good sanguine blood. Why would you come back fucking down here?
Exactly.
So, actually, speaking of which, here's the thing, and it's a Nosferatu that you know of. His name's Mouse. He's very
Mouse.
small Nosferatu, yeah. He's like, I mean, Clyde, let me ask you. I got a little piece of something that might be worth it if you can maybe get me a seat at the table of Mr. Shaw's, like, fancy club. I mean, come on, man. You make sanguine sound so good, and I haven't had sanguine since I got embraced, so just a little taste. It's good. It's good shit.
It still is good, and every time I taste it, it is amazing. And I will forget almost how. See, with Donovan Shaw, I gotta be honest, I barely even get that, and I work with the freaking dude.
Okay,
But
that's
I
fair.
probably
This is some good shit. I'm just saying it's worth. Just I'll give it to you for this, and you float it by him, and then if it comes back to me tenfold, I won't complain. Okay.
will work you into the club and getting a taste of Sanguine if you want.
Fuck yeah. Yeah. Okay. So rumor has it that the painted lady is interested in decorating Donovan since he's been making some waves. She's not like into it fully, but like when he made a show at Elysium, like she's interested, and the lady's very discerning. So and Clyde, you do not have to make a roll. The painted lady is
I know who she is.
yeah. The illustrious Edith Babinuon is a very acclaimed Nosferatu in the city. Like you, she does not live in the sewers. She has her own parlor and estate of which she organizes. But she does a lot for the Nosferatu. A lot of the funds that she has from her family name goes to whatever the Nosferatu need. Quick blood supply. Her home is a haven for Nosferatu who find themselves out of the sewers a lot. But what she's most critically acclaimed for is she does kindred tattoos that stay after they've been embraced. And she has definitely made herself know she's not someone to fuck with. Even the Vinci respect her. And it seems like she's interested in gaining Donovan as a customer. At least that's what Mouse is telling you.
All right.
He's like, listen, Miss Edith she doesn't talk about it a lot, but from what I hear of the girls at the parlor, they say that if he keeps doing what he's doing, he makes more of a name for himself. He might get to have a session underneath her stylist. So
that is truly. I will inform the great man himself. I'm sure he'll be very pleased.
Yeah, and you know what that means? That's not just for him. That's for you too.
I know.
You get to meet Miss Edith.
Yeah. Most I've ever done is talk to some of her girls in the coterie, but shit, actually meeting her, oh my god.
Yeah,
that would be big. Yeah. All right, thanks, Mouse. That's awesome.
No problem.
I'll be sure to save you a spot. Okay.
Appreciate it. And he goes, and after that kind of talk goes down, you see kind of apparating out of the shadows this incredibly massive, tall figure. Wearing a very tattered camouflage jacket, the hood up, but you still see the very bestial-like face, and you know that this is Walunika, and I will type it out in the chat, because I believe I'm saying that right. Yeah. And there were a long time when you first got into knowing the streets and sewers of Chicago that a lot of rumors were that Waunika was a gangrel because his face fully looks like a mix between a warthog and a jaguar. The maw fully extended, the huge large tusks coming out, the very deep black eyes with the pinpricks of yellow through them, and he's just like, Clyde, what the fuck do you want?
Good to see you, always. I'm down here just to hang, just to catch up.
Sure. Yeah. Wouldn't want to get your boots dirty just to catch up. Who's the pipsqueak beside you? And you hear Marla's voice. She's invisible, by the way. She's fully gone. But
she's new. Don't gotta be mean. Marlo, you met the rest of the gang.
Yeah, hi. And she appears. Hi.
You wouldn't mind going a little easy on her. She's very new to the city and new to, well, being this.
Yeah, you know that's not how this works, Clyde. The world's fucking rough and shit. She's gotta get used to it. I'm from Gary. Oh, well, never fucking mind. You're used to it. Pull up a chair, Clyde. You're not usually down here just to catch up. What do you want?
I need some info, and you guys are a lot closer to the ears to the ground than I am, and my computers can't find anything on people that aren't online.
It's always nice when you tech Nos has to come back down here to greet us, but I'm not gonna give you the same shit I give to everybody else. Pull up a chair. And he sits down, and the lawn chair that the other Nosferatu have scattered, he sits
Yep.
and it just creaks underneath him. This is a massive vampire. All right. So, what's the information you want?
Anything on the whereabouts or suspicious info on some two Toreadors, Portia and Karen. Fuck, Aaron forgot her last name. It's impossible to pronounce, but Slavala?
Stanislava.
Slavala.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like 2 roses. Fuck,
Yeah.
Clyde. You really getting into the shit, aren't you? You sure you want that kind of abuse?
I'm doing this more as a favor to someone else. I'm
Okay.
trying to stay as far away from them as possible, but information helps someone else. It's worth it for me.
Okay. So what kind of information are you looking for? That of course changes the price. You know how this game is played.
So I'm looking for anything in this group called the Black Roses.
Okay. Then you want to know if these two are a part of it?
Both of them are, then yeah, I am.
Let's see here. Information on Portia and Karen Stanislava of Clan Toreador and whether or not they're involved in the Black Rose. Okay. Let's see. What is that gonna cost? Huh.
Takes it a broken calculator. It's just like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just-
Huh.
Push away my stylus pen that I was going to use for my calculator because that feels too bougie here.
Yeah.
So, okay, it's fine.
No. Alright. Something's gonna get delivered to your inbox later tonight. And you're gonna need to upload it to another computer.
All right, done.
Okay?
Anything else?
No. Just upload it. Make sure you don't get caught. We'll
Worry
send you
about
to where
that.
you need to. We'll send you where you need to go.
Storyteller question. Do I know anyone by the name of Cedric Calhoun before I ask questions about him?
Say you without a role. He is a Nosferatu somewhere, but there's so many. You don't know him outside of that. He has probably most likely hasn't done anything significant. If you
Okay.
that's what you, yeah, you just know he's a Nosferatu. If that you know for sure of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. It's very helpful. One more thing. As much as it pains me to admit when someone else is right, I feel like I do in the Ares Club more than I'd like to admit, but it would help to get back on the ground, and this place helped me out more than I know. I'm trying to track down some old people who could help me out in that. You know one by Cedric Calhoun? I heard him like years ago, but nothing
Yeah.
now. You know where I can find him?
You want to know where Calhoun is?
Yeah.
Okay, that's gonna cost you more.
I figured. There's that ray of sunshine, I remember. Okay.
If you don't want to know where Calhoun is, I'm gonna need you to do a little something for me.
What would that be?
I'll let you know. It's the you know Bronwyn, right?
By storyteller?
Yeah, I will say no. Actually, go ahead and make me intelligence politics. If you have any specialties in Camarilla, you may roll that.
Don't Camarilla, but I think I might have something in politics.
Okay.
Jesus
You
Christ.
don't-
Oh my
you
god,
don't
I
know.
can't.
If
Try-
you'd like
should I
to
try-
spend, if you'd
Yeah, I'll
like
try
to,
right now. Sure. Yeah.
2.
I think
I think you heard that name when Eli was talking about. You think she's a Malkavian?
okay.
Yeah.
Um,
So Bronwyn
um,
needs. You're friends with that. I mean, you're friends with that wraith that La Sombra.
for associates, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Friends, associates, blood brothers, doesn't really matter. What matters is the price. She's asking for a couple of particular individuals. You and Wraith are gonna go nab them for her.
Okay.
Is that worth where Calhoun might be?
Could be.
That's
How
my
many
price.
people we're talking about?
This? There's about 3 people.
Okay. Take a minute. Turn. Marlo, you said you were good to fight, right?
No, absolutely not.
Well, you're gonna have to learn to be. So,
Okay.
all right. Fine. I'll take care. Me, Wraith, will take care of these 3.
Excellent to hear. Right. Calhoun, you can find usually on the south side, Saturday nights. Likes to eat at a diner down there. Usually where you can find him. And far as the Black Roses, Portia, not a part of it. Far as I know, too young to be a part of that whole shindig. Hangs out a lot with the Tremere. Apparently she takes the blood magic very well. Fun stuff. She's been hanging around the ministry a lot. So, but young people, they hang around all the worst crowds.
What are you gonna do?
Stanislava, though, yeah, she's not a good egg. Probably about as vicious as any of the Roses can get. Yeah, she's definitely part of the Black Roses. I think she's one of the organizers. I'm not sure how far up the chain she is, but definitely puts the events together and holds all the invitations. As far as we know, she's the only invitation giver in the city right now.
Is she full on like the head of the Black Roses, or is she just like
No. You can't afford that information.
fine? Find out on my own. Still.
Sure you will. So, price for that is we will give you a file to upload to another computer and the location. And the second part, you will have 3 packages to pick up and deliver to Bronwyn. And, I mean, I hope I don't have to give you the whole spiel or anything else like that. Like, hold yourself accountable. Otherwise, it'll just...
Don't.
Nas to Nas. I don't want it to get to...
I'll take care of it. Okay.
Good. Easy breezy. Well, I mean, unless
it's been a
you-
pleasure, but like you said, I hate being in here, and this is terrible for my shoes. So I'll be leaving.
Yeah. Take care, Clyde.
Cool.
And as you're watching him, he disappears from sight.
Skill. Gotta respect the man for that.
Damage. Yeah. That dude sounds so cool.
So
Mm.
I want
It's
to
like-
be him.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, I'm just like a panther, warthog. It's not a big deal.
Not a big
I'm an
deal.
invisible panther warthog. It's cool.
I'm just chill like that.
I am the nightmare of like Filipino children everywhere.
It's fine.
You've heard of
It's fine.
Krampus? Try me.
I can disappear while you're staring at me. I want to be him. He's so cool.
You're like, I'm totally above this place, and you're just like, oh hey, what's up, one Eka?
Hey,
And you're just internally like, ah!
Just Clyde. This 5'5" tiny nose.
Fanboy.
No, he's big.
Giant. Oh god, yeah. It's fine.
Yeah. All right. So you return back to the Aries, and you may discuss with your other kindred, should you desire.
I will. Yeah, I'll call in Seraphim and everything with info I got after I shower and rinse all the sewer off of me.
Sewage
Thank
off?
you.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I have tastes, yeah. Know who I'm seeing.
We're fashion buddies. We look over collections when they come out.
I do. Oh my gosh. So excited. Have to go shopping soon. Okay. Miss Seraphima, I've got good news, and the bad news being I don't have as much information as I would like to give you, and I'm very sorry, but
I only gave you this evening. I figure time is part of it.
I know, but it's more annoying for me that I can't figure out things instantly. Anyway, okay, so
Myself to very high standards.
yeah, I hold myself very high in that regard.
It's
okay?
that gaming instant gratification.
Really is. Listen,
that is a thing that literally all 5 of us have in common. We all hold ourselves to very high standards.
usually when Dom asks me to get something, I could find it in like 10 seconds. Okay, anyway. Okay. So you asked about Portia and Karen Chick. As far as I can know, fuck, last name's always going to kill me on this, I swear to God.
Stanislava. I'll type it.
Stanislava. Thank you, Stanislava.
Mhm.
So, Stanislava seems to be the only one in with the Black Roses. Seems to control who gets what information, any invites, any connections to deal with them. Seems like a real bad egg. In that case, pretty bad, pretty terrible as far as, and present company excluded, Toreadors go. That was all I could able to get from them. Portia, they were right about her being new. I don't think she's connected to the whatever Portia was around a few decades ago. I don't think it's the same person. I'm gonna work on finding more stuff about her, seeing if she is really connected to Calhoun somehow. Gonna need to talk to Wraith about that once, but so far hasn't seemed to be making too many waves.
Well,
Oh, and fuck! I gotta go talk to Donovan. Do you know where he is too?
I left
Something that'll make
him
him happy.
wearing a beret in his office.
Oh, what? Oh, no.
I doubt it. He's still wearing it.
Did he? Okay, I was like, did he lose a bet or something? Jesus. Okay.
But yeah, no. Portia seems to be the little darling at the moment of the roses, but
So far, hasn't seemed to make an impression, except with maybe the Tremere, which is weird, considering all.
yeah, I had heard that blood sorcery was a big thing for her, but
Apparently, she's really into that. It's been hanging around the ministry and all that.
that
Have-
that just doesn't sit well with me in general. But most
I-
blood sorcery.
I may have a connection to Tremere, but that's gonna be
So
a
do
lot
I.
through. Mine kind of hates me, so you might want to go through yours first.
You might actually like mine.
Hmm.
He works in a
Sure.
freak show as a tarot card reader.
That is interesting. I might.
But who knows? Maybe we can have a field trip and we can read cards. But
Boy.
But no, we can look into some of that later. I think more immediately this whole Black Rose thing. Donovan seemed very interested in looking into some of that. But he should be in his office.
Okay, good. Well, we can go tell the information together. Also, this is gonna be fun. I guess I'll go find Donovan, but if Seraphim wants to come along too,
Sure. If you say like there's more crap, sure.
Oh, man.
Is Donovan still wearing the beret?
I want to see this if he is.
Yeah, no. He is not wearing the beret. However, the beret is behind him on the wall, pinned there with one of his many letter openers.
Alexander's just like, that's terrible for the wall.
He goes, "It's my wall. I do what I think. It bends to my will. It does. Like I can do whatever the hell I want with it.
Paid for that wall. I own it.
Yeah, it's my fucking
My
wall. I can
fucking
stand
wall.
it if I want."
Again, looks
And
like
I also think Donovan's feet are up. It looks like he's changed in like a new suit. For of course what we're going to be doing later tonight. And I think he's catching up on baseball, essentially.
Mhm. Yeah, you guys
watch the highlights and everything.
Yeah.
Donovan in prime relaxation mode
Mhm.
as you come into his office.
Cool.
America's pastime.
Mm-hmm.
Baseball.
Yeah, well, fun. Yeah, I'll walk in with Seraphima. Fun.
Is that going to be a new permanent fixture, or are we later putting up a painting? Just like looking at the beret.
Oh no, I'll probably.
Well, maybe you could put a frame around it. Maybe that would be like very.
I just wanted to see if I could throw it in the air and hit it with a knife. I couldn't, so I just stabbed it there.
He missed multiple times.
Yes, thank you. Not a knife thrower. Like, and then he just like totally turns back to like his screen and just like, Ortega, come on! God, God, do not lose against the Giants. Please do not lose against the fucking Giants.
I just stares at confusion in sports, being like, I didn't
sports
know.
ball.
Anyway,
what?
And he's just like pause, and the screen just pauses.
Nice.
Just turns, just looks, he goes, "I'm sorry. I haven't been able to watch a game in like a month, so I was trying to catch up." Clyde, hello. You look very fresh and clean.
Yeah.
Did you just come from somewhere?
I did, unfortunately. Definitely don't like to humble myself in going back to the sewers of Chicago, but I do what I must. Seraphim told me that you and her have some interest in the Black Roses.
Yes.
Yeah, I was able to dig up some less information than I wanted, but still something about Miss Stanislava.
Okay.
Should be able to get more after some favors, but anyway. Can I like just rehash all the information?
Yeah, that's cool. Tony was there. Tony heard.
Yeah, Tony, you heard. Yeah, there we go.
Tony goes, I see.
Yes, quite.
All right.
All around, just terrible. Black Roses also seem to be terrible in trying to just generally annoy, if not fully take control over Annabelle's stuff, but either way, yeah.
This will be interesting. Did you? But you told Seraphima, but you're talking to me about it, and
right.
That
there was something else.
Sense that you want to ask me something.
There was.
Often I notice that if you can just tell Seraphima the information, you do, and Seraphima relays it to me.
Don't come up here, but
I wish you were less afraid to come into my office, Clyde. I consider you a friend.
less afraid. I have eyes everywhere, and I've seen your office multiple times. I don't like to leave mine. So that's
Your command center.
I should not have told you guys that. Okay.
I mean, you did mention it that one time very emphatically. So it's going to stick.
Command center, position of power.
Mhm.
I know you know a lot of upper echelon Camarilla people, but
Yeah.
you're familiar with the painted lady, right? Lady Edith?
I mean, yes, of course I
Just
am. I
want
mean,
to make sure.
I've never spoken to her, but of course I'm
I mean,
aware of her.
I haven't either, but
Really? Okay.
yeah, she's my reputation know her, and I've
Yeah,
known
I
about
mean,
stuff
I've
she does, but
been, I've always been very fascinated with her. I've always wanted to make a connection with her.
well, you've made an impression on her already, apparently, with your last actions at the Elysium meeting.
Have I? And I think both of you, especially Seraphima, like almost feel like the energy in the room shift as if like that statement has now just like fed his beast and ego to like a pretty staggering degree for sure that it like his eyes like shift red as he goes, have I? It's just this like like when a vampire is like about to do something, there's sort of like a shift, and I think that's what happens with Donovan. He goes, is that right? What
Yeah.
exactly are you saying, Clyde?
Well, apparently your actions the last time we were public eye made a good impression on her, and she is interested in you possibly becoming one of her newest clients.
Yeah, Donovan, while can make a good face, I think among friends, he just smiles, and it's like such a really big, genuine smile. The kind of smile that Donovan never has. Like Donovan's smiles are polite, sometimes condescending.
I feel like I have seen that smile maybe 4 times.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Now Clyde's seen it, and it's like this genuine where like the age of the monster disappears and just like an excited nerd almost appears, and he's just like, well then I suppose I will strive to continue to be in her. I mean, I know my goals are lofty. I forgot to think about. Clyde,
Yeah.
I don't suppose you know about my tattoos. Or do
I
you? Have I been naked in front of you? I forget who I'm naked in front of.
I've got cameras everywhere, but I try not to look at that. But if
I mean, that's fine.
Fair
Seraphima
answer.
raises her hand.
Yeah, well, yes. But Clyde, I'll tell you this. I'm actually a sort of aficionado of tattoos. I don't get quite sleeves, but I everywhere I travel, I try to get a tattoo that involves of what I've learned of a new culture. And I was very saddened when I learned that I could no longer do that after I gained eternal life. I very foolishly in my youth, I attempted to get a tattoo of the Ventru clan symbol. It did not work. Probably for the best. I was very proud.
Equivalent of getting the monster logo tattooed in your bicep. Like just a little bit.
Donovan's first month as a Avenger, yeah, really pumped up.
He was. He was 30. He was like, I'm a monster. Yeah.
Clan pride.
Yeah. And he just goes, but the thought of becoming a patron of a client of the painted lady, of that, I'm Well, it sounds like I'm on the right path. Thank you very much for that, Clyde. Is there anything else you needed?
Moment, no. I am gonna need to talk to Wraith because.
You did mention that you promised some of your friends that you wanted to drink here. Yeah,
I did.
all right.
Just a few.
We have an entire section for the privacy of Nosferatu. Merely ask, give me their names. I can put them on the list temporarily at your discretion. You know
I'm
them
sure
better than I.
They're fine. Honestly, I think they just want to be reminded what sanguine blood tastes like, and you wouldn't, so.
I mean, it's true. Right. Well, if you don't need anything else, I think I know it's about time to wrap up, but I think definitely need Wraith. I think it's time to call everyone together.
Because it'll be about that time for you guys to start heading over to
the hospital.
Yep.
Fully
So,
prepared.
as we load out, because we're going to transition right into you guys. So, what is your all's loadout?
Okay, so
I'm helping.
yeah,
I'm here.
Donovan is very specifically not bringing the limousine.
Okay.
One, it's in the shop. it got hit by a bus.
You got hit by a bus.
It's actually pretty okay.
Those things happen.
By a bus.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, those
The
things
door
happen.
was also
And the
ripped
door
off
got
of it.
ripped off. I mean,
I think instead, we are taking we're taking a what was it called? Donovan's convertible. It is not his personal convertible because that's a 2-seater. He's taking one of his other kind of. Again, Donovan, while obviously likes certain style cars, I think anyone who knows anything about cars, most of these cars are not expensive. Some people might think they are; they're really not. It's like, wow, that convertible is so cool. What does that cost? It's like, I don't know, 30,000. Like, it's just the price of a car, right? But yeah, so I think we're taking that. I think to look less conspicuous than.
Do we all fit?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, for sure. It's a 5-seater.
Okay, so we're not bringing the ghouls.
We can bring the ghouls. They can.
You could ride in the trunk.
Well, no. My thought is that the ghouls could follow on motorcycle.
Ooh, yeah.
I could also follow on a motorcycle, but okay.
Very sexy.
Yeah, I know Severin can drive. One. We have. We have Alexandra's. I always thought she'd be more of like a Harley person. She's not.
I like the ones that go fast.
She's a crotch rocket person. Got it.
Yeah, she has a Ducati.
Oh, fucking yeah! Of course she would. Buy your ghoul a Ducati.
Yeah.
You drive a car. You drive like a
she
mom
painted it
van.
pink.
You drive a mom van and then you buy your ghoul a Ducati.
Yeah, we treat our ghouls nice.
I hope like with the pink paint job, it's like highlights of like electric purple. Or
Yeah,
something.
of course it is.
Perfect.
Alexandra.
Incredible.
So ring the ghouls. I'm leaving Marlowe. I'm not taking it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
So
the
thank
ghouls
you.
will follow on bikes to set up in the location. We'll go in this less conspicuous car. I'll drive. Unless anyone else really wants to drive.
I think I need to be more free in case another bus decides to come along.
Anyways,
Fair enough. All right.
before we leave, I give you this very, very strict instructions. Do not leave the club.
Yep.
Do not.
Oh, something I do want to bring up to you, storyteller, because I didn't tell you what I got with my experience.
Spend them.
Yeah, so I increased my influence a bit, which was nice. But not status, of course, influence. But I literally bought the max elite combat ally
Mhm.
thing. So
Yeah,
I
me.
essentially
This is for,
I'm
like,
not bringing them with me.
Okay.
I so don't have to worry about that. But I did just want to mention to you that I essentially got I am now in my brain. You can tell me if I'm wrong, but because I literally got like the most like highest rating of like whatever, and then like it's literally a group of deadly mortals.
Okay.
I in my brain I am now the sole client of like an advanced private security solutions like
Love it.
firm. Like
Love it.
I literally bought them out that I am now their only client.
Dig it. Dig it.
And
dig it. Dig it.
so I essentially, and they are because of their thing. You tell me if this is fucked up or wrong, or like no, there's no way.
Yeah.
That this is a mercenary crew who is aware. They're not vanilla, right? Like they're aware of the supernatural.
Oh, how much money do you have in like how many dots and resources do you have? 5? Yeah, no, they're in your. Oh, actually,
Werewolf
okay.
hunters.
Do you want me to lower my resources for this?
Lower
100%.
it. Yeah, I would say you're gonna need to lower it
2.
by. I'll say 2.
It's
yeah.
2, isn't it? Yeah. I was afraid of that, but that's okay. I'll do it. Donovan is
You're still
splurges.
obscenely rich.
Yeah,
Mm,
I'll get it back in like 3 sessions.
yeah. I'm gonna say,
And
getting
are they
people
like
who,
werewolf hunters? That would be fucking badass.
Well, they don't hunt werewolf. They are aware of the supernatural, and
Oh, I
in order
see.
to finance that of people who are skilled. I mean, they've probably have dealt with maybe I would say maybe
A
one or
werewolf.
two a werewolf,
Mhm.
and a lot of their old
One.
members died in the
Yeah.
process.
There's
But
they're like, oh yeah, we've all become aware. We did that job in Beirut where all those bat people showed up, and they're just like, yeah, bat people.
fucking bad people. Yeah, so to finance individuals, it's mostly for their gear and their supplies that they would need to combat supernatural creatures.
Great.
All
All right, I have lowered my resources by 2. I splurged.
There you go.
Yeah. So, what is the name of this company, guys? What do you
Funnel
think?
snakes.
Did you say cuddle snakes?
No, she said Tuttle Snakes.
Funnel snakes rule.
Cuddle snakes is also fun.
Get out of here.
Is this scary noodles?
No,
I mean,
you know who you're in a game with.
I'm just gonna mute myself now.
You're fine.
Okay.
You're fine.
Well, we can abbreviate it. It could be like CS systems or something. It's like
Funnel snakes.
The name we go with.
Swordbreaker Collection Agency.
Oh my god, Jesse, yes. Oh, what a callback. Okay, yes. Yes. They're
Subka.
yes, Subka, the Swordbreaker collection agency.
Okay.
And I am now their sole client.
Okay.
I have elite Swordbreaker units yeah. I mainly where they mostly hang out is at the Haven I bought.
Yep. All right. So, are you mobilizing them, or are you telling them to
No.
watch the club?
I'm telling them to watch the club.
Got it. Okay.
And if there's any form of trouble, like I give them priority targets to protect and what to scorch and stuff. Like obviously, like I give them a picture of Judith and be like, okay, cool, this is like a priority alpha target to protect.
This is the asset we need to protect.
Yep. They fully professional, not even batting an eyelash. They just say, "Yes, Mr. Shaw," and set to work.
Nice.
You, Eli, you give Judith her list of rules, and
We're on it. You don't gotta worry.
There are occasions where she tries to like look out over a room, and you just see a dude in full tack gear just look at her. She's like, "Okay."
He's got like, I imagine just like fucking red glowing goggles, just like bling.
She's like, "All right." Closes the door right back.
Goes to the window.
I-
There's somebody hanging out the window.
I've really tried to drive it home though. It's just like I tell her, it's like you're not looking anything up on the internet. You're not going outside. You're not doing anything. You're not doing anything of that. Promise me.
You can look
I'm
at
gonna order-
porn.
Yeah. I'm gonna order
You can
this
look
thing-
at as much fucked up porn as you want on
There's-
this internet. Donovan tells me that
Yeah.
the bandwidth is excellent, whatever that means.
Thank you, Uncle, for giving me permission to look up porn in this hotel in this club that you live at. Thank
I'm
you.
just saying.
Yeah, sure.
There's some
Whoa.
there's some porn built into the TV actually.
Listen, y'all.
We're too classy
cater
to have
every-
like
A
coin
lot of
machines
shit
and
goes on in this
everything.
place. We have our own like CCTV.
It's like, okay, I'm gonna, yeah, okay, go. Yeah, she just like go and you leave her
Okay.
there.
Yeah.
The sword
I'm gonna
breakers.
come. I'm gonna collect Eli. Come on, buddy.
Yeah,
Wraith leads.
yeah, and you guys.
So like
make
Eli
your-
breaks away at the last minute to go and check that the doors are locked, sort of thing.
They
She's
are
like,
locked.
fuck,
Yep.
did I leave things on?
Yep, and you guys, after finally able to get Eli out of the Ares, you guys end up in the car that Donovan is driving, and you make your way toward the disposal site for the hospital. The ghouls drive behind you. You see the light up strips of deep purple cut into the Ducati that Alexandra drives. Severin is driving a much more unconspicuous motorcycle. But very much keeping up with her. And as you guys arrive, kind of parking the car, you guys, there doesn't seem to be anything around. But if anyone wants to take a closer look, that will be a wits awareness.
Yeah.
Yes,
I would
please.
immediately be like, Clyde,
Here we go.
disappear.
Let's roll above a 0 today. Let's see.
Without using willpower.
Any activations of disciplines? This is a new scene, so if there's
Yeah.
anyone who'd like to
I
activate
am.
disciplines,
Always into the
Quick,
yes.
nobody look at Clyde. He has to turn invisible.
I'm not cool like
You can't turn invisible if you're looking at it.
I can't do
Or-
it. People look at me. Just look away.
Before I roll, I'm going to activate Sense the Unseen.
all right.
I'm
Rouse,
going
please.
to. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Okay, so it's 2 successes. All right,
Yeah.
Eli, you get hungrier.
Okay. Would I have been able to feed before we
Yeah,
left?
100%.
Okay. So
Okay.
I'll keep it at 2 then. Okay.
Mhm.
So, but that's
Then I
That's
will
up
do I will
where-
use a willpower to reroll
Okay.
3. Then.
Part of the whole prepping for you guys to leave, I am assuming, is feeding because again,
Thank
you
God.
guys have
oh,
so
Clyde.
much blood. Oh boy. Okay, this actually works out very well. Has everyone rolled what they wish to?
Yeah, hold on. Heightened senses will do sight
Okay.
for this.
Okay.
Donovan's just like,
I
all right,
will.
you guys
I'll
got
use
this.
I'll use a
Coordinating.
willpower reroll. See
Okay.
if I get higher.
Here
Darn, you
goes
just sit
3,
there and look cool,
Okay.
okay?
I get 3. Yeah.
3. Clyde's 4.
3
Okay.
3 successes.
3 successes. Okay. Okay. Clyde got
We're all a
4.
bunch of
Disgusting.
aware people right here.
You are.
And
you
Donovan's
are.
just like,
Look at us, man.
He's just like,
Yeah.
all
I
right,
got my
got out the
people to do
scene,
this.
Disappear. You
Yeah.
guys go there.
So, Eli, with your sense the unseen, you do see a ghost.
Oh shit. Oh no.
Yeah. You
Fuck.
yeah, you
it's a hospital.
Are they angry?
That's a good point, Jesse.
Yes, they are angry, but they're not looking at you and your group. They are, you see them kind of apparating next to an individual who is currently trying to hide in one of like the alleyways that looks like it leads toward the hospital. And it looks like he has a rifle pointed at you, because at the same time, Clyde and Seraphima, you see with your supernatural senses, you have to wink against it because a red light is dancing in your eye. And Clyde, you see it as well as Seraphima recognizes it as well, but you do see the mark of a sniper rifle pointed at like Seraphima's chest.
Everybody
I
down.
immediately
Uh,
like push her away
Yeah,
and
as
everything.
you
Yeah.
do that, we just so they don't get. We'll come back. Like you immediately hear. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Because Clyde, you're disappeared. It's like 4 blank bodies confirmed. Move, move, move. And this is where we're going to end our session.
Ah!
Fuck.
Oh my god.
Oh God.
Son of a whore.
Yep.
Fucking Inquisition.
Son of a fucking
Fucking
whore. It's the fucking
government.
Inquisition. God damn,
Really?
Project First Light.
Ah.
So just to give everyone a reminder, Marlowe told you about this place because she was told that the Primogen of the Ventrue told her to meet them here
Yeah.
after the job.
We were gonna
was
take them
done.
up too.
So
So-
that means that means, and we know through the deduction that the Ventrue Prime, there isn't one, right?
There is not one.
There isn't
Absolutely.
one.
So what we know is that guy was a Malkavian, and we're pretty sure it was Newberry. So that means Newberry is working with the fucking Inquisition.
Fucking yikes. Big
Well-
yikes.
So
Well,
you all have Inquisition
It can't
agents.
listen. It can't be a masquerade breach if there's no survivors.
True.
That's exactly
Accurate.
what Wraith was thinking.
So, just for everyone's knowledge, you are surrounded by, you're not surprised, but you are surrounded by Inquisition agents at 4 a.m. in the morning.
It's not good.
May I
Great.
may I have
2 hours
before we
with
leave
daylight.
description of the angry ghost, please.
The angry ghost looks to be a woman probably in her mid-20s, late 30s, and you see that she has bullet wounds in her chest, and she seems to be harrowing, if not reaching out very angrily at the individual that's the agent you saw.
Mm-hmm.
Well, sounds like you got a ghost to interview. Or
A
inside.
ghost whisperer.
Before we get
Jen.
into any of this craziness, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in to our chronicle, and come see us again to see how the coterie deals with their first group meeting with the infamous Second Inquisition. Thank you so much. And to everyone who came in to tune in with us, no matter what time you're watching us, good morning, good evening, and good night.